next move to the upside? Can we see $65,000 this week or within the next few days? I'm going to break down exactly what I'm seeing in the charts and a lot more. Guys, you need to be very, very cautious here in the charts. I'm just chilling here, as you guys know, a little bit of a break, but that's not going to stop me from giving you guys the updates, right, as and when it matters. So we're going to jump into the charts. We're going to take a look at the key levels in the charts, and we're going to get an understanding of what's going on. As you guys know, I'm actively trading this market. You can join us in Telegram at jarscrypto.com/TG if you want to see exactly how I trade the markets. Bitcoin up 1% here on a Sunday. Of course, we know it's low volume, and really it's going to depend on what happens this week. But what's positive is that Bitcoin is forming a nice pattern here. We've got a very nice consolidation pattern going on here. If you go back to this point here where we had this big candlestick to the upside on the 28th of Feb, we then move sideways. This is a consolidation. Nothing wrong with a consolidation. In fact, if I move this up to the 4-hourly chart and let's look at our EMA ribbon, what do you see? For those of you who've been watching my content for a while, this will glare out to you as a nice bounce from the EMA ribbon. And this is really positive, right? We should take this as a very positive sign, because if we can break this continuation pattern to the upside, you can see that the horizontal level here, the next easy price target for us to get to, is that 65,000 level. Now, why is that important? The reason that's important is we had a very important peak at the 64,000 level in early 2021. So in early 2021, we managed to get past that level, right? We hit that level, and then we came all the way down to 29, and then later in October, November time, we created the all-time high of 69,000. So 64 and a half is a tough level. So if we can bounce here with the RSI now reset, right? We were exhausted here. We couldn't quite break it. Now we've called off RSI a little bit reset. Can we now, over the next kind of 4-hourly set of 4-hourly candles into Monday and Tuesday, start working our way up for a nice big push at 65,000? Once we break through 65,000, let's get a retest. Let's hold there for a little while and then push on to 69,000. And before you know it, I think we could be hitting that old fancy $70,000 target on Bitcoin. Now, why is this so important? The reason this is so important is once we get past 69,000, which was the previous all-time high, we officially enter what is known as price discovery. And price discovery means there is no history on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to move how it wants to move. It's going to create a new narrative for itself, and it can claim price targets based on what the market wants to price in. And so things get really, really exciting at that point. So what we're seeing here is huge bullishness from the 4-hourly EMA ribbon here. In fact, if we show the daily EMA ribbon as well, this is where you just see that things are crazy, right? A crazy move to the upside. I mean, let's just pop my ugly face out of the way. Look at this. Look at this. Consolidating up here, huge extension from the EMA ribbon. I mean, the EMA ribbon starts here at 55,000, right? So we can pull back here. I'm not saying we will. We can pull back all the way here to 55,000 and still keep a beautiful uptrend here on Bitcoin. Just goes to show how bullish this market is right now. So we're consolidating here above the key resistance area. This resistance area between 58 and 62 is not easy, guys. Trust me. But this Bitcoin price action just said, nope, we're having it. Boom, straight through. Now it's consolidating above it, trying to turn it into a price floor before continuing through to 65. Once we clear 65, up towards 69, and then boom, into price discovery, which is where things start to get really, really interesting. Where's the price actually going to go? This is before halving that we're looking at potentially getting all-time highs. Hugely bullish, hugely powerful movement here on Bitcoin, and it's got to get you thinking, what are you going to do in this market? Are you allocating? Are you ready? Are you ready for your altcoin pumps? Are you ready for how the flow of money moves? We know, right? We've studied previous cycles. We've studied it at length. We know Bitcoin, then Ethereum, then other large market caps, then your mid caps, then your micro caps. Eventually your NFTs will run, your gaming will run. We know, but are you ready? Are you ready to actually execute on it? Because it's one thing knowing, it's another thing actually having the emotional intelligence, the psychology, the intelligence to control your emotions and your psyche to actually execute upon what you know you need to do. And that's what this is going to come down to now. I think the majority of people who've been watching my content for a while now, you know the game. You know how to DCA, you know not to chase green candles, you know to eat your veg, you know how this game works. It's just, do you have the emotional fortitude to be able to go with the swings and the ebbs and the flows? So when this market pulls back, will you be patient? When the market runs, will you avoid FOMO? These are the basic emotions we need to be able to exhibit. In other news, it's also worth noticing that there has been Saudi and Russia and several OPEC producers have extended voluntary crude supply cuts. So this could put some more pressure on oil prices, which could have an impact on our friend inflation, okay? Because remember, that's still going to be the narrative here to carry on through into this next few weeks and months. Now, if we take a look at what markets are pricing in, markets are saying here that we're not going to get a rate cut, right? March the 20th, which is not too far away from now. We've got about 17 days until then. Markets saying, no, we're not going to get a rate cut. Now, in order for us to justify a rate cut, either at the March meeting or in the next meeting, which is on May the 1st, or the next one after that, June the 12th, can we get a rate cut before the first half of the year? We got to see inflation meaningfully come down, and things like that things like the voluntary cuts to oil will not help our case there. Okay, so one for us to watch out for. The other thing I wanted to touch upon here while I'm sat here is this bit here. It's the fear and greed, right? We're sitting here at 83 out of 100. This is extreme greed, and so look, I understand you want to be in the market. I understand that you don't want to sit there and miss out. You guys actively want to be adding to your portfolio. You want to be TCA, but the reality is, if you're buying right now, you've got to admit that you're buying when 99.6% of crypto is in profit, right? 99.6% of supply is currently in profit. So by definition, you are now buying into the FOMO, okay? So just understand that. If you understand that and you still want to buy, fine, that's okay, because maybe you're buying as part of a smart strategy, right? I've had times where I've bought high peaks as well, but that's only because I'm buying it low as well, right? If I know I'm buying a lot of 15,500 and I want to do some FOMO buys now, it's not going to wreck me because my average cost basis is going to be okay. But if you find yourself as one of those people that just constantly want to be buying when this thing is green, when the market is green, when all these candlesticks are nice and green, you're going to struggle. That's when you're going to struggle. Those are the people I'm trying to call out here saying, guys, come on, check yourself on this, because if you find yourself being that person that can only seem to buy crypto when everything is euphoric, that's the wrong way to invest in crypto. You should be okay, or learning how to be okay buying when the opposite goes on, when this is in the other side, right? 10, 6, 8, when we had it in the bear market. You've got to teach yourself how to do that. And look, sometimes you get this for a couple of days. Bitcoin could dump 5%, this could reset down to 50, 40. Those are even much better days to buy, right? Than now, this is easy to buy. So just got to remember that when we're doing our DCA. Also, wanted to check in here on the weekly chart. It's very important that we look at all the time frames here on Bitcoin. Remember, you want to gain some sort of confluence. Just remind yourself, look, this is where we're at. A couple of weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, we had a 13.5% week. The week after, you had another crazy week, up 8%. Then you had a bit of a doji week, neither here nor there, and then boom, powerful week closing now, up 21%. Right, guys? Are you seeing this? 13, 8, and another 20. Insanity here from Bitcoin in a couple of weeks. And this is why you've heard the old adage before. Time spent in the market is better and more important than timing the market. Loads of people want to act like geniuses and say, I knew exactly that crypto was going to pump in these 4 weeks of the calendar. No, you didn't, mate. No, you didn't. You didn't know, right? And that's why instead of just trying to time the market and be this kind of genius that knows, oh, look, crypto's going to pump exactly at this moment, it's more beneficial, more important for you to say, you know what, I believe in this thing. I don't know if it's going to pump now. I don't know if it's going to pump in the next 3 months. I don't know if it's going to pump after that. But I believe in this asset class I want to be adding. And if you take that kind of approach to your altcoins, to your Bitcoin, to your Ethereum, you stand a really good chance of doing well. Cool? So hopefully you guys find these updates useful. If you appreciate type of updates, even as I'm traveling, trying to bring you the relevant information to guide you through this market. Because there's a lot of FOMO right now, right? There's a lot of FOMO. It's easy to fall for it. It's easy to, pull out your wallet and start buying now in the extreme greed, right? It's super, super easy. So hopefully I can help guide you out of that. Now, other things, big week coming up. Make sure you're trading carefully. We're extended. We've come off a really powerful week. Naturally, what's going to happen? You got a lot of leverage longs. A lot of people are going to get excited back to that all-time high up towards 69. Got to be careful. As leverage comes in the system, it's far easier to get a big dump, right? So you need to be very, very careful. If you get that dump, are you prepared? Do you have some cash on the sideline? Do you have the levels where you want to DCA? Have you set some limit orders in case we get a quick 1 hour flash crash and you only had 10, 15 minutes to get into your positions? You guys know the drill. It's about now putting things into action. Hopefully you found this useful. If you actively want to be trading with me, I've got 2 active trades right now in our Telegram group, ijazcrypto.com/TG. I'll teach you how to trade. If you're serious, I'm on a mission to teach 100,000 people how to trade crypto. It's one thing me learning how to trade and doing all right. It's more about teaching others, and that's what fulfills me more. So if you want to jump into our Telegram community, click the link in the description, join us, and let's trade together. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.